Good evening, humans. I'm making that assumption. I'm going to stick with it too. Hey, Stephen Sashen, co-founder and chief barefoot officer here at Xero Shoes, and this is our monthly Ask Me Anything on the third Tuesday of every month, where you can ask me pretty much anything, namely, about barefoot shoes, about the transition to barefoot shoes, about what the difference is between a barefoot and a minimalist shoe, or a barefoot shoe and a normal shoe. I'm going to move my camera. There we go. Or what I'm having for dinner, or our fall 24 products. Whatever you can think of, we're going to address that here. So this is a live event. That means if you have a question or a comment, you can type it in and I will see it on my screen right over there. So when I'm looking over there, that is why. And I will answer your questions. And what else? If you're not watching this live, then that's cool. You can still put your questions and comments below and somebody will get back to you as soon as possible. What else can I say about that? If you're not hip to what Xero Shoes are all about, I'll tell you that in a second. But first, just a reminder, check out all three of our websites. If you're in the EU, xeroshoes.eu. If you are in the UK, xeroshoes.co.uk. If you're anywhere else, xeroshoes.com. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our customer happiness team. You can email them at support@xeroshoes.com. You can pick up you can use the phone app on your phone and call them during business hours. And what else? If you have any feedback or advice or requests for like a different color or a new kind of shoe or something like that, go to xeroshoes.com/feedback. My lighting is a little weird. Anyway, I'm experimenting with lighting. Simon says, hi, Stephen. I'm saying hi, Simon, right back at you, proving this is live, although you wouldn't necessarily know that unless you were watching on YouTube, where Simon put in his comment and I responded. If you're on any of the Meta properties, whole different story. So if you're new to Xero Shoes, let me just tell you what we're all about, and then we can dive into any questions. Oh, hey, do we have any plan to make specialized sport shoes, i.e. soccer cleats? Funny you should say that. I'll know more on Thursday. That's all I can say right now. But we have a lot of plans for a lot of things. We can't do everything that we want to do because we don't have that kind of cash. But suffice it to say, we have our basketball shoe worn by NBA and WNBA players. We have that coming out in the spring. It's just being worn by the players right now, but we are bringing that out. And we've been getting requests from pro golfers, pro soccer players, pro baseball players. Actually, we have some guys on the Dodgers on the pitching team who have been wearing our Speed Force to practice in. So yeah, we have lots of plans for specialized sports because lots of people in specialized sports have been asking us. Pardon me while I have a drink of water. What is it about cold water? It's just amazing. Anyway. All right, so what are we doing here at Xero Shoes? It's simple. We're trying to get out of the way so your body can do what it's made to do instead of interfering with it, which can cause problems. So I'd like to ask some silly questions. Just for the fun of it, I'll do it that way. Is weaker ever better than stronger? I'm going to go with no. Now, you might have a different answer. I'm happy to hear it, but I'm sticking with no. So if you want to make your arm weaker, what do? You put it in a cast so the joint can't move, and that means all the tissue, all the muscles, ligaments, and tendons around that joint get weaker over time. Take the cast off 8 weeks later, your arm isn't magically stronger. That's a problem. So here, I'm just going to do it this way. Like in a regular shoe that's stiff, it doesn't let all those bones and joints in your feet move properly. A quarter of the bones and joints of your entire body are in your feet and ankles. That's for balance, agility, and mobility. And if you can't let your feet do that, then all that function tries unsuccessfully to move upstream into your ankle, your knee, your hip, and your back, and can cause problems there. So wait, I'm going to do that with the Speed Force since I mentioned it. So instead of having something stiff, we make something super, super flexible. So your feet can do what they're made to do. Of course, your feet are not made to do this, but this is really great for travel. Actually, this is even better for travel, but you get the hint. Here's a quick thing that has nothing to do with a question, but is this the shape of your foot? That pointy thing there? If it is, guess what? It ain't supposed to be. Why squeeze your toes together? You don't do push-ups like this. You do push-ups with your fingers naturally spread because that gives you better balance and force production. Well, it's a similar thing with your feet. Your toes are supposed to do the same thing. So Xero Shoes have a wider foot-shaped toe box. So your toes can spread, relax, splay, and do what is natural for, again, really balance, agility, mobility, and strength. There's a direct correlation between toe strength and trip and fall accidents for elderly people. So that's a critical thing to think about. Anyway, let's move on to another topic. Is numbness better than sensation, feeling? I'm going to think that you're saying no, and I'm going to agree with you. So my question, in a typical shoe, how much can you feel through all of that? Not very much, and maybe none. So that's not good because your brain needs to know what your feet are telling it. You have more nerve endings in the soles of your feet than anywhere but your fingertips and your lips. That's so your brain knows what you're stepping on or in, so it can make adjustments based on the terrain you're on, starting with letting your feet bend and flex and move. So it's a nice little loop. And if you can't feel anything, that's a problem. And if you can't move, that's a bigger problem. So the soles of Xero shoes give you traction and protection, but also that ground feeling that your brain is looking for to help you move effectively, efficiently, most importantly, perhaps enjoyably. So there's that. And actually, one other thing, if you want more or less barefoot feeling, like barefoot feeling versus protection, can adjust that. So our removable 2 to 3 millimeter insole or sock liner, keep it in if you want more protection, take it out if you want a little bit more barefoot feel and a little more info to your brain. How do I talk so smooth? Simon says. I don't know. I was a professional stand-up comic. Yeah, this is pretty easily. That proved that I can't really do it on command. So anyway, and it comes out a little different every time. So that's a very kind and misplaced comment. All right, moving on. What else can I say? Here's another thing. Is alignment better than misalignment? I can't think of something other than just the opposite. And I'm going to guess your answer for that one is no as well. Well, this shoe has this elevated heel, which means your body tips forward just a tiny bit, because of the elevated heel, but then you have to bend backwards somewhere. Your ankle, your knee, your hip, your back, whatever is doing that adjustment to the offset, and it doesn't take much of an offset, that's going to be getting strained. Whichever one's the weakest link in that chain, that's going to be a problem as well. So not good. Okay, I'm forgetting one. I know I'm forgetting movement, feeling, strength, alignment. There's a fifth, but I can't think of it. Hey, one other thing about, actually I got one. One other thing about our soles. Xero shoes, we back our soles with a 5,000-mile sole warranty. And the reason this is a big deal, not just because it makes the shoes effectively less expensive than anything you would buy otherwise. Like if you buy something that's half the price, but it only lasts a tenth as long, is it really a good deal? You're right, no. So the green story that a lot of people tell, especially in footwear and apparel, not for real, not actually carbon beneficial. The best thing that we can do is keep things out of landfills longer by making things last longer. Now, we do use recycled materials whenever we can and whenever they're viable and they're really beneficial. But the biggest thing is our Feel True rubber soles, which will stay out of landfills longer, backed with our 5,000-mile sole warranty. Oh, and Xero shoes are typically, so compared to anything similar, so lightweight that at the end of the day, you'll probably forget you even had them on. We've literally had people say they got home and normally would kick off their shoes, but they forgot they were wearing them. And some people have even said they've gone to bed still in their Xero shoes because they forgot they had them on. Do with that what you will. Roxy will be having a sale on the HFS 2. Well, we typically do sales in two situations. When we're launching new products, and I'll talk about those in a sec because we started a product launch last week, and when we have our holiday sale, which I'll give you a little teaser. It's going to happen earlier than the normal Black Friday, Cyber Monday time because that just gets a little crazy. We're still working out the details. Don't have a date yet. But when that happens, yeah, probably. Apollo, how about laces? Do we sell replacement laces? We do. Just contact our customer happiness team and they will help you out. Drop them an email, support@xeroshoes.com, or better yet, use the phone app on your phone. Give them a call during business hours and they will help you out. What do I suggest for replacement lace? I don't have a suggestion because I've never had to replace my laces. But the customer happiness team will have ideas because they talk to people like you who might want something replaced, either with what we already have, or you might have some other idea. Don't have an answer for that. All right. By the way, so since we are doing this product launch that started on the 13th and is going through I think the 28th. Don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Keep asking. No one has responded to me. We got 4 new shoes for the fall of 24. And let me show them to you in no particular order. For men and women, we've worked on a Chelsea style boot for a long time, and I think we finally cracked the code. I'm going to show you just the men's version because that's all I have right in front of me. So here's the men's Ridgeway Chelsea. This is a full grain leather lining as well. It'll mold to your foot. It'll feel super, super comfortable. It'll get that little patina thing as you wear it over time. It has this elastic or gore layer to make it easier to get in and out. And we call it the Ridgeway Chelsea because it's using the same outsole, the Ridgeway outsole. just like, hey, there it is, the Ridgeway. We have two Ridgeways. We have the fully waterproof hiking boot and the not waterproof hiking and approach shoe. Same outsole, different shoe. So we're keeping this sort of outdoor theme thing going with the Ridgeway and with the Ridgeway Chelsea. It comes in a couple different colors for men and women. By the way, you can find out about all the new products if you go to xeroshoes.com, and you'll see a link that makes it obvious where to go to find out about these. Make sure you watch the reviews from people who've been wearing these for a few weeks. By the way, if you go to xeroshoes.co.uk or xeroshoes.eu, you won't see these things on sale yet. The shipment got delayed, so we're launching those in a couple of weeks, but I don't know the exact date yet. Stay tuned. If you aren't getting our newsletter or getting emails from us, then go to xeroshoes.com/newsletter, and that way you'll hear when things go on sale there. Apollo, I've been thinking about getting a new pair of leather Denver boots, but I also need an OSHA-approved toe boot for construction zones. Any hint on a timeline for the composite toe? No, unfortunately, but do me a favor. Go to xeroshoes.com/feedback. Let people there know what you're looking for, because what we have found, including the OSHA certification thing, because we found that we had a big powwow with like 100 people who were looking for a work boot, and they had different opinions about what they needed. So we're trying to figure out, what we want to do for the first pass on that. So head over there and submit that feedback. That'd be great. Simon, the Ridgeway sneaker is gorgeous. I agree. Wait, where's the boot? Got the boot here somewhere. Oh, let's see. No, out here. This is one colorway of the fully waterproof boot, which I also think is just dreamy. All right, next shoe. We mentioned the Denver, and women were complaining, where's my version of the Denver? Well, we finally have one for you. For women, we're not calling it the Denver. We have the Breckenridge for women. So think about something that has that kind of rugged look and a great grippy sole, but something that also just looks great with almost any outfit. I mean, you can imagine what you could wear this with. And there's, I think, 3 colors. This one, black, and I don't know if this is the silvery one. I can't tell. Anyway, go to xeroshoes.com, click the link to find the new products, and you will find the Breckenridge and all the colors that it comes in. I like these lace things right there. I think those are super cool. Again, full grain leather inside and out, so it's going to mold to your foot and feel utterly, utterly delightful. Okay, 2 more. I'll do this one. So last year or this year, I don't remember which, we launched the Denver, Kansas Canvas slip-on for men and women. Well, we had a whole bunch of parents saying, oh my gosh, I love this shoe. My kids would love it too. Cool. So we made a version for kids. Look how tiny and cute that is. It actually gets a little smaller than this one that I have in my hand. But this is a great little canvas shoe. It's a cotton canvas shoe. Again, it will stretch for your kids' feet. This elastic gore layer makes it easy for them to get in. The padded collar makes it super, super comfy. And now you can have something for your kids to slip on and go out and have fun. This comes in 3 different colors. I don't have them all in front of me, and a bunch of different sizes as well. We are going to be getting smaller things over time as well. We really wanted to help keep your kids' feet healthy from day 1 all the way till whenever. I don't have an expiration date for that. Okay, one last shoe for fall of 24. I don't know what day it is, let alone what month it is, or sometimes what year it is. So we have the Dylan knit that we launched a while ago. We could barely keep it in stock. In fact, we ran out over and over and over, and people loved that shoe and asked for something a little more upscale. And by the way, this is how, the reason we have like 50 different, or now 60 different styles of shoes, boots, and sandals for casual and performance use is because people like you said, I love what you're doing. I also need something for this. So if you have any requests, just go to xeroshoes.com/feedback. We're usually pretty good at knowing where the holes are in the product line, but we're always happy to hear what you think would be a great thing. So people wanted a more upscale version of the knit version of the Dylan, and here it is in a fully leather version. It only comes in white right now. Again, crazy, crazy flexible, like all of our shoes, really, really lightweight. The leather feels incredibly wonderful on your skin. If you wear them in bare feet, if you wear socks, whole different story. Like all of our shoes, you can have more or less cushioning or more or less protection is a better way to think of it. Keep this in if you want more. Take it out and have a more barefoot ride if you want less. So here is the Dylan leather. Now, FYI, those 4 styles that I just showed you, 20% plus off between now and the end of the sale on the 28th. I'm pretty sure it's the 28th. And the plus means if you buy more than one style, so you get the Dylan for you and the Dylan slip-on for your kids, then you get an extra 5% off. If you get the Dylan and the Breckenridge, an extra 5% off. If you do all three of these, an extra 5% off. If you do all four of them. So basically 20% off if you buy one style, 25% off if you buy more than one style, 2, 3, or 4. And that discount is done automatically when you check out. There's no magic code or anything you need for that. Just go find what you and your family would like, and away you go. What do I think of as hemp as an upper material? Simon asked. We've done some hemp canvas stuff before, and I don't remember if we're currently doing it. We have enough products that I can't store all the information about materials in my head. It's a hemp canvas is a fine material. And we use that whenever we can. There's sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. But yeah, it's a cool material. So, all right, what else? Again, this is an Ask Me Anything, so you can literally ask me anything. Here, I'll ask a question to myself. Are you guys suddenly partners with Lifetime Fitness? Yeah, in fact, we are. So we are working with Lifetime Fitness. We are the official barefoot or minimalist footwear of their Alpha training program and DPT, direct personal training. Wait, what's the D for? Whatever it is, the DPT program. I can't remember right now. Dynamic personal training. It's a long day. In fact, I started my day early in the morning at Lifetime Fitness, working with the Alpha training group and showing them foot exercises and basically things to activate your feet. We have one of our product guys made a great comment. He said, we go to the gym, we work on everything from your ankles up, but we don't do anything for your feet. And that's silly because your feet are your foundation. And the better your feet work, the better everything above your ankles works too. So very, very simple things to activate your feet. Like squeeze your toes, open your toes. Take your feet and do this. Lift up just your big toe and then lift up just your other 4 toes. I know I can't, big toe, 4 toes. You get the idea. Walk around and grip the ground, like try to push your toes through the ground, or then walk around and try to keep your toes spread as much as possible. A bunch of very, very simple things you could do in just a couple minutes before you get to the gym or before you start your workout. That's going to make everything you do feel better and stronger. So I don't need to keep you guys here for very long. If there's no other questions, I'll take off and go make some dinner for my wife, and I don't have to make dinner for our dog, but you know how that works. Put some dinner in a bowl for the dog. Take the dog for a walk. I don't even say it when he's not around, just so I don't accidentally say it when he is around. And what else? I can't think of anything, and I don't see any other comments coming in. So why don't we wrap it up? Let me just say this really quickly. When Lena and I started Xero Shoes just shy of 15 years ago, we had no expectations, no idea that we would have helped literally almost 2 million people discover the fun, the comfort, and benefits of natural movement. The comfort, most importantly, then the performance and health benefits as well. And it's just been utterly, utterly delightful to have all of you here. So thank you for your support. Thank you for being willing to talk to the strangers who might stop you on the street and say, hey, what are those? Or are those Xero shoes? Or did I see those on Shark Tank? Or just to tell your friends and family or anyone you bump into, because that's how the word has spread. Word of mouth has been the #1 driver of our business. And you guys are going, oh my God, I love these. Now I need something else. Half of our orders come from repeat customers. So thank you. Thank you. Simon says, will we ever release a sub $50 USD shoe? I don't know, to be totally honest. Depends on what we want that shoe for. I don't remember what what's it called? The Pagosa and the Sunrise. They're less expensive, but they're not sub 50. Making something that would be sub 50 would be really, really difficult because of how much it costs to actually just make something. The cost of making shoes is not in the materials, it's in the labor. And then, frankly, in the tariffs that we have to pay since the previous administration jacked them up significantly. The taxes we have to pay just to get shoes to sell makes it very, very difficult to make something that is as durable with the rubber that we designed and as functional and as useful as what we're making. So I love the idea of that. But I don't know if we have plans for that at the moment. Of course, our DIY sandal kit that started it all, they're still between 20 and $30. So that's the best thing we have at the moment. Anyway, once again, it's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget to go to xeroshoes.com/subscribe to hear about A, when we're going to be launching all the new products in the EU or UK, B, to find out when we're going to have our big anniversary end of year sale that's going to happen earlier than usual because why not? Rather than competing with everybody and making life difficult, what the hell? We do things our own way around here is the best thing I can say. So as always, most importantly, I hope you do slip into some of the new fall 24 shoes and you go out and you have fun. And whether you're wearing current shoes, existing shoes, or just running around barefoot like I do all the time, just go out, have fun, and live life.